TFM. Let's talk.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm pretty excited to have my guest in the studio with me. It is the one and only Mr. Rajeev Singh, who is the CEO of Maha Ceramics SAOG. And first of all, welcome to the show, sir.
I'm glad to be here and nice to meet you, Abbas.
And first of all, very nice suit. I really like the color, right?
Thank you.
First thing that I noticed when you walked into the studio, I was like, wow, that's a nice suit. I need to work on my wardrobe. So
in fact, I'm more comfortable in your attire, to be very honest.
I'll take that any given day.
Right.
So, Mr. Rajeev, can you walk us through your professional career? What got you to Oman? What got you into Maha Ceramics SAOG?
Right. See, I come from in fact, engineer's family from India. And in my family, almost everybody is engineer except my daughter, who is a doctor. So I started my journey with engineering from Kanpur, and then we got through the campus placement, and my journey started with cement industry, and then subsequently after spending 10 years, I went to tiles, sanitary, bathroom products. So more or less it was home improvement or building material field where I was trying to excel myself. I started my career with a technical profile with the engineering background, but subsequently I shifted to the sales and marketing. Now, 5 years during this period, I was also associated with the #1 retail chain of India, Future Group, which was like Big Bazaar, and we created a home improvement chain of stores like Hometown, which was on the same line of IKEA and Home Depot. And after that, I got an opportunity to head Rajeev Ceramics Indian operations, and I was taking care of that. And after spending close to around 25 years and having got transferred to various locations geographically in India, I thought, why can't I go out of India and just see how the world is all about? And then this opportunity came on my way of Maha Ceramics, which is actually one of the best company in in the GCC. And also public listed company. So first time I was getting an opportunity to work as a chief executive officer for a public listed company, to understand corporate governance, to understand the rule of the lands and all this. So it was quite an exciting journey. So far, so good. So
what I've noticed is you mentioned 25, is it 29 years of building material experience that you have under your belt?
Like close to 3 decades.
So close to 3 decades.
Yeah.
The question is, was it something that just came into your life by chance, or was it something that you wanted to do all your life?
So being a civil engineer, I think the inclination was always towards building and something which complements your education.
Right.
And I believe firmly that even though you are doing a non-engineer job, but having a background of engineering, it gives you an edge over your, anybody else, like how technically you understand the product, whether it is cement, whether it is tile, or whether it is any building material, because present situation, you need to interact a lot with the consumer. I think it's people are well educated, they Google about the product, the technicalities, they compare the competitors. So I think it is always good that you have an edge of technical so that you understand how you transform your product profile and also technically how superior you can be.
Okay. Now, during this pandemic that we're in, do you think it is wise for companies locally in the Sultanate to keep pushing forward, pumping cash into the projects that are going? Or do you think they should cut back and switch to low gear? Which decision is a wise decision?
I think I am actually, personality-wise, I am very, very positive person. And I have seen one of the recession of 2008 in India. It was a time when people were losing jobs, and at that time there were a lot of uncertainty. And one thing I learned from Mr. Kishore Biani, who is considered to be a godfather for the retail, that this is like how you look at the situation, whether it is an opportunity or you look at the situation as something which is scary and you have to pull it out. Rather, during those times, they captured much more bigger retail space because the prices were a down floor. Rather than retrieving, it was an opportunity to expand yourself. Same point, I think, the uncertainty and the other things are definitely there. But one thing we have noticed, housing always remains on the top priority of the consumer. And I think if you have some money, first you would like to invest it on the education or other things. And second priority comes housing. And refurbishment and retail housing was never in a problem. Even though there were some, slowdown in terms of government projects, bigger projects coming to your fold. But I think for the retail front or for the individual homemakers, housing was continued to be the priority, and that really allowed us to continue our operations. So I think this is not the time where you should be pulling. I think this is the time when you should consolidate. You should try to look at your strength. Market potential is definitely there, and I think...
you think market potential is there even during the pandemic?
Definitely. In construction industry, for sure.
Right. Now, do you think that business owners in Oman, basically the way the situation is unfolding,
right,
do you think they would have like a plan that is according to the new normal, or do you think that the mindset will change in the future of the business owners in Oman?
See, what I'm trying to say that new normal is a word which is very widely being used, and business continuity plan for the last 1 year, it has created a sort of impact that there is a pandemic, but the fear factor has gone away from the mind.
Right.
Because initially when it started, it was an unknown fear, sort of a phobia created by different medias and all. But what I feel, there definitely this situation is something where we have to take precautions, but if we are putting our gears straight, I think it is a manageable situation. Like what we did last year, in spite of the fact that so many cases were coming, our operations were on for 365 days, and that helped us to really grow. Now, new normal, definitely the way you are looking at the things, it is going to change. Like, lot of changes you are going to witness. You are not going to get the flow of laborers or migrant laborers because there are a lot of restrictions in terms of travel and other things.
Right.
Your own travel to the market, your people going close to the people in terms of marketing, you are not able to meet your clients. That's the change. Transportation, shipment to other countries, that's another challenge.
Right.
But I think slowly the companies are evolving to take up those challenges, and I believe digital platform is taking a very, very important place. For example, our product is touch and feel sort of product, but still you're bringing our customer close to our showroom by augmented reality, virtual reality, and all. You can create a situation where they can go to your showroom, virtual showroom, and also see how the products are. They can see the details, how it.
But is it something you would stick to? I mean, the virtual tours or something that you do think that's the future?
That's the future.
We both said it together.
Exactly.
That's the future.
Because I think what we have understood today, the homemakers are not traditionally like 50 years plus with what it used to be once upon a time. In present context, the homemakers are young people. And if you're going to have a second house or a third house, you would like to have something best. And reaching them out is more on a digital platform, on a social media, using your disruptive technologies, and all this is definitely going to be the future. So when we say new normal, the traditional thinking of, doing the business, we have to change. One thing we all know, only the change is constant, rest everything is going to,
Agreed.
And this is where we firmly believe every 3 months, every year, you have to keep on revisiting your strategy, and there cannot be a strategy which can go along because situation is dynamic.
It is like a continuous development of strategy, which will keep up with the changing times.
Exactly.
And especially with changing times, so unpredictable now.
Very true.
That you have to stick to it. So coming back to the subject, how's Al Maha dealing with all of this, with the pandemic?
Yeah. I think last year, blissfully, by the grace of God, Al Maha clocked its one of the best figures, and we registered 52% growth on PAT. Our profit margin was close to 17%, and nevertheless, our shareholders got the best dividends, 23%. So we did a wonderful job, and all credit goes to our team, which was, in fact, during this pandemic, we were a united, passionate team. And there were cases, positive cases in our factory also, but we ensured that perfect SOPs and other things are in place to take care of the situation. One thing I realized as a CEO of the company, that this situation keeps you like a father figure in the company, where the employee who are alone, who are not with the family, they look upon you, how they have to be treated, because Corona is more of a psychological and emotional treatment than treating the symptoms or anything. So talking to them, being close to them, not treating them as something who the people not required.
Right.
Entire team coming together and helping him out to come out of the situation, taking up his responsibility in his absence, multitasking. So all this definitely contributed a lot in the overall all growth of Al Maha, and it continues this year as well.
So correct me if I'm wrong, you believe in more of a transformational relationship than
Absolutely.
a transactional relationship with your employees.
Absolutely. Empathy is the key. My leadership style is I never would like to be in my cabin. I would like to fold my sleeves and be with my people.
Nice.
And this is wherein, for me, they are my first relative. But my family is away here. But for me, the first relative is my people.
So now I think I'm not surprised when I was reading your profile, the way you're telling me about your leadership style. You also won the prestigious HM Sultan Award for Industrial Excellence.
Right.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, this is, in fact, last 3 years we have done many innovations in terms of product profile. And if you're aware, last year we also launched just before the pandemic, antibacterial and antimicrobial tile, which is the first in the region.
I didn't even know that. Wow,
yeah,
that's
so
brilliant.
This is a tile which you're using it in your any place, it automatically kills 99.9% bacteria and microbes, and even successful on coronavirus because surface treatment. And it requires just any light or the moisture which is there in the air, and it with the photocatalytic actions and a special coating which is there on the tile, it kills, and it is for the lifetime. This product, when we launched, people were talking like, do you really need this product? So why you are launched? But Al Maha always created an impact in terms of thinking beyond what the competitors or others are thinking. And our eye protect, which is antibacterial, antimicrobial tiles are there. That was there. Then we created another very interesting product, which is Barad, cool tile. Here the temperature goes up to 45 to 50 degrees.
Yes. Yeah.
So when you're putting these tile outside, it has got a very high SRI, solar reflective index. So temperature of the surface comes down by almost 20% with a special tile. And if you're putting it on the cladding, your AC bill also comes down by 15 to 20%. So you will, otherwise tile is a tile,
This is reimagining tiles altogether. That's
so
what
functional
I see.
tile. And then we also launched a very special tile which conforms to international standards, which is anti-slip tile. Like for elderly people, pregnant ladies, or people, if there is a wet floor, these tiles are marked as international standard or R11 to R12 tile standards for anti-slip. So these functional products definitely put us up in terms of our ladder. Last year we won Super Brand Award from UAE, which was a consumer choice. Then followed by Oman Most Trusted Brand, which was another prestigious award. But this His Majesty Sultan Award for Industrial Excellence was something like we were definitely looking forward, such a prestigious award. The entire team worked on it. There was a lot of, there were assessment in terms of the processes, the quality, the service and all. And after a lot of deliberations, and we were sure that the way we are operating, we will definitely be shortlisted and we'll get, and blissfully we got this award, and we feel very proud to be part of.
When the word His Majesty or Sultan is attached to an award, know it's not going to be easy to win that award. Your processes, or even the people involved in that process, need to be highly motivated. And again, coming back to your leadership style, I don't think I have any doubts in terms of your employees being highly motivated, working towards this goal. Mr. Rajeev, I would like to thank you wholeheartedly for coming into the studio and doing this. And good luck with all your future projects. And with all, I think I want to see more different kinds of tiles in the future. I never thought that you could think of reimagining tiles. And now when you tell me about these antibacterial tiles, anti-slip tiles, my parents are the best candidate for the anti-slip tile, so I'll be coming and purchasing some tiles.
I will invite you because I would love to talk about the products, and this is my passion. Wherein I feel that I can go as long as you want to in terms of telling you more and more. Definitely, you're most welcome to our showroom, which is in Muscat and also in Sohar.
Brilliant.
So you're welcome, and I appreciate it.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Mr. Rajeev.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for watching another interview with another inspiring person in the studio with me, Mr. Rajeev here from Maha Ceramics SAOG. And I'll catch you in the next one.
TFM. Let's talk.